The tenure of the chairman of the National Human Rights Commission is? The answer is option A. The chairman and members hold office for a term of 3 years or until they attain the age of 70 years, whichever is earlier. Chairperson and members of the State Human Rights Commission are appointed by? The answer is option C. The governor appoints the chairperson and other members of State Human Rights Commission on the recommendation of a committee consisting of the Chief Minister, Speaker of Legislative, Home Minister, and leader of opposition party. Which country will host the world's largest IUCN World Conservation Congress, 2025? The answer is option B. The World Conservation Congress is the world's largest and most important gathering of conservationists, and it is expected to draw more than 10,000 delegates from over 160 countries. In which country NATO has organized the Arctic Challenge Exercise 2023 for the first time? The answer is option C. Arctic Challenge Exercise is part of a series of exercises originating from the 2004 Nordic Air Meet. The aim is to train units in planning, command and control, and orchestration of air operations. Where is the ASEAN-India Maritime Exercise 2023 held? The answer is option A. The opening ceremony of the inaugural ASEAN-India Maritime Exercise 23 was held at Changi Naval Base, Singapore on 2 May 2023. Aim: enhancing interoperability and exchange of best practices among participating navies. Who has been made the first women president of the Indian Olympic Association? The answer is option B. P.T. Usha, formally elected as first women president of Indian Olympic Association. The 58-year-old Usha is a multiple Asian Games gold medalist and a fourth-place finisher in the 1984 Olympics 400-meter hurdles final. In which city the first United Nations Water Conference 2023 has been organized after 46 years? The answer is option A. This was the first United Nations Conference on Water in 46 years. It was organized in New York in March to get the world back on track for reaching the targets of Sustainable Development Goal 6 to ensure access to water and sanitation for all by 2030. Which has become the first Indian state to prepare DNA database of unidentified dead bodies? The answer is option C. According to media reports, the process of creating this database had started in April 2022. So far, the database holds records of 150 DNA samples of unidentified dead bodies. Which of the following country has been announced by the International Olympic Committee to host first esports in 2023? The answer is option C. Singapore hosted the inaugural Olympic Esports Week where over 100 athletes from around the world are competed across 10 virtual sports. The announcement marks the next major step in supporting the development of virtual sports within the Olympic movement and engaging further with competitive gamers. The headquarters of the Forest Survey of India was situated in which of the following places of India? The answer is option C. The headquarters of the Forest Survey of India was situated in the state at Dehradun in Uttarakhand. The Forest Survey of India was founded in the year 1981. Mars Express is a spacecraft launched by which of the following space agency? The answer is option A. Mars Express is a space exploration mission being conducted by the European Space Agency. The Mars Express mission is exploring the planet Mars and is the first planetary mission attempted by the agency. Which country approved a law to tackle loneliness and social isolation? The answer is option C. The Japanese Parliament Diet's upper chamber recently approved the legislation to tackle loneliness and social isolation. It will come to effect on April 1 next year. Which union ministry is implementing Vigyan Jyoti initiative? The answer is option A. The Department of Science and Technology started a unique program Vigyan Jyoti for meritorious girls with the aim to address the underrepresentation of women in different fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics in the country. Which of the following city will host 132nd Durand Cup? The answer is option B. The 132nd edition of the Durand Cup is India's oldest football tournament is scheduled to commence at Kolkata from 3rd August to 3rd September 2023. Which of the following state is set to host country's first MotoGP event in September 2023? The answer is option C. First time India will be hosting MotoGP from September 22 at the Buddha International Circuit, Greater Noida in Uttar Pradesh. Who set the Guinness World Record for fastest hit by a male player in badminton? The answer is option C. Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy is an Indian badminton player. He and his partner, Chirag Shetty, are the only men's doubles pair from India to win BWF World Tour 1000 and be ranked inside the top 10 of the BWF World Ranking. In the Henley Passport Index 2023, India's passport strength ranking is? The answer is option B. In the latest Henley Passport Index 2023, Indian passport has climbed 7 places to secure the 80th rank, up from 87th in 2022. The most powerful passport in 2023 is the Singapore passport, which allows holders to travel to 192 countries visa-free or with a visa on arrival. The Chief Minister of which state launched the School Chalo Abhiyan? The answer is option A. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath on 1st April launched the School Chalo Abhiyan 2023 in Lucknow. Which country joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? The answer is option B. Saudi Arabia's cabinet approved on March 29 a decision to join the Shanghai Cooperation Organization as Riyadh builds a long-term partnership with China despite US security concerns. Which country joined the BRICS New Development Bank in March 2023? The answer is option B. After President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi visited India as a chief guest for the Republic Day celebrations, Egypt has become a member of the BRICS New Development Bank. Who is the author of the book titled War and Women? The answer is option A. Emma Hassan's book, War and Women, was launched during the 52nd session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva, Switzerland. Who launched an app called Call Before You Dig? The answer is option B. Call Before You Dig is an innovative initiative by the Department of Telecommunication, Government of India to encourage minimal or no damages to underground assets while carrying out any digging activity whatsoever. Who is only Indian named in Top 10 Hurun Global Rich List 2023? Mukesh Ambani, Chairman and Managing Director of Reliance Industries Limited, bags the richest Indian title with net worth of $82 billion. Reliance Chairman is the only Indian to feature in the list of top 10 billionaires in the world. Which country retained the top spot in the list of countries impacted by terrorism in the new Global Terrorism Index report? The answer is option A. The index is produced using data from Terrorist Tracker of Dragonfly, which provides event records on terrorist attacks since 2007 and other sources. Afghanistan retains the top spot on the list of the country impacted by terrorism. Who won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? The answer is option C. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is a Formula One motor racing event which took place for the first time in 2021. The inaugural edition of the race was held in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. Which country is first NATO country to provide fighter jets to Ukraine? The answer is option A. Poland and Slovakia are the first NATO countries to say they'll send fighter jets to Ukraine. Poland will deliver a first batch of 4 MiG-29 fighter bombers. When did color TV broadcasting start in India? The answer is option C. On April 25, 1982, India witnessed a transformative moment in its television broadcasting history with the introduction of color television. By which year China announced plans to send a manned mission to the moon? The answer is option B. China on Monday announced plans to send a manned mission to the moon by 2030 for lunar scientific exploration, amid its deepening space race with the West. The announcement was made by Lin Ziqiang, Deputy Director of the China Manned Space Agency. Which state has launched Sashakt Mahila Rin Loan Scheme? The answer is option A. CM of Himachal Pradesh announced the launching of a collateral-free loan scheme, namely Sashakt Mahila Rin Yojana, to economically empower women. India's GST based on which country's model? The answer is option B. Indian GST and Canadian GST model are dual GST model, but both are not same. However, both model based on dual GST model in which central and state government levy tax. But under Indian GST, rate of state GST is same as rate of central GST, which is not in Canada.